you look at the timeline, you look at the moves that Brad Stevens made last summer, it all made sense. I mean, we knew that going into the season, but to see it now as the champions of the NBA, when you look ahead to what the payroll looks like and everyone's salaries and everyone's contracts, and you're like, man, this thing. They could win 2 more, like the window is there for them. Like all these guys, the majority of them, the guys you just mentioned are entering their prime or just started their prime years in their 20s still. Kristaps, I know it's close to 30, but he's got plenty left if of course, when he's able to respond, from the injury, when he's able to bounce back. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Kristaps is 28, Josue. I know he don't look to be 28, but he's 28.
Right.
The Browns are just going to cross. Brown and Tatum are just, crossing that 25 barrier. Only guy you have right now is Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday stays in tremendous shape. Had a great season. Derek White is the odd man that you have to sign. And you
have to. That's a must this summer if you can.
Yeah, they're not going to let him. He has 1 more year on his contract. They're going to make sure they get him an extension and bump his salary up. So. This team is collectively as a unit. And, the one I want him to go out and extend his contract would be Joe Mazzulla. Let's give Joe some of that loot, man. Let's give Joe his flowers, right?
Yo, for real. He's earned it, man.
Joe Mazzulla has, he would have been close to going to a finals last year, when Tatum hurt his ankle, twisted his ankle against Miami. I think that was freakish, but he coached well enough for them to get there. And this year to come back and win the championship. The man's had 2 years, 2 successful. And I can only see it actually getting better. And as much as he is a odd bird, a crazy kind of, by himself, religious.
Yeah, he's an odd duck. He's an odd duck.
Yeah. But it's just the same thing when he took the trophy over into
the North End.
North End. Had the trophy, walking around with the trophy, and it was just this dude. He's different. He's different.
Yeah, he's different.
And he's different in a way that his players love Joe Mazzulla. They relate to him well, and the fact that he's not that much older than these guys, I think that's the biggest thing. Joe Mazzulla. 35 now, 33, 35, someplace in the area. Al Horford is older than the damn coach.
Yeah, he's older than Joe. Yeah, that's true.
So, there's some really beautiful things about this team right now that are set up well. And all them haters over there, man, can hate all they want to. But I think this team is, they kicked the door down. And that was the most important. They kicked the door down, and that had to be huge when it came to Tatum and Brown. That's why, man, I was so happy they won in Game 5. The last thing I wanted to do was go back to Dallas.
Oh man, I wasn't trying to do that either, Max. I was good with that, man.
All that noise from the Dallas fans. And oh my God, the media would have crushed them. They would have crushed them if they had to play one more. And then the way they won it. I think obviously you saw the point where Michael Weirborn was talking and he's doing a live thing back to back.
Oh yeah, that shit was funny.
Run behind him. I'm like, you know what I did? I said, I hit him with, how about them damn Celtics? And the funny thing, just hold on for a second. See if I can grab this.
He's like, we live, Max. What we doing?
Yeah. We live. I got it. But I love the fact that we had we had this going on the other day because we've had people call in for this.
Hold them up, baby. That's it. That's the shirt right there.
How about them damn Celtics? We can say what we want to say, but
we got to send one to Wilborn. We got to send him one of those shirts.
The thing that Michael Felger had one on.
That was great.
I was on that night with Michael Wilborn and Michael Holly, and he had to put one on, but Felger was so adamant, man. And people say they were lucky and this person didn't get injured. The Celtics played who was in front of them.
Right.
How much do they talk about Kristaps being hurt? Everybody just forgets about it. Oh, yeah, Kristaps was one of your best players this year. He goes down with injury, and you essentially win it almost without him.
This episode of the Cedric Maxwell Podcast is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the PrizePicks community today. You can win up to 100 times your money on PrizePick with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, PrizePicks has got you covered every week, from lowering select players' stats projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. With the finals over, the hoops action doesn't stop at PrizePicks. Women's basketball is still heating up, with stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese looking to make names for themselves alongside greats like Brianna Stewart, Aja Wilson. You can win up to 100 times your cash watching them ball out. It's that easy. I mean, we're talking about whether if Caitlin Clark can make more than 3.5 3-pointers made, Brianna Stewart going for more or less at 23 points. You take your pick. I made my first $10 deposit and I made some money. And you can do the same. Download the PrizePick app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more or less. It's that easy. Download the PrizePick app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's CLNS. Pick more or less, and it's that easy. Man, I can't say enough about Al Horford. I'm so happy he's a champion, man. 38 years old. Al Horford just anchored that defense, anchored the culture. If you ask guys like Jaylen and Jayson Tatum, man, it was just a special moment. But I can't say enough about Horford, and spelling the rumors about him retiring, man. He's trying to run this thing back. His wife put up a video of him from on the parade route on the duck boat being like, man, we're going for back-to-back here. Let's go. It's on to 2025 now. And I'm so happy that he was starting that entire NBA Finals. Even when Porzingis was back and for Game 1, I said, man, let Al start. Let him get that, honor. And then, of course, to carry it over throughout the entire series. I loved it, man. It was incredible. Even Anna Horford put out a tweet being like, man, this guy doesn't want to stop playing until his body says no, and he hasn't reached that. He's nowhere near that point. He's still one of the best centers and one of the best bigs in the NBA. And David Max, when I think about it, I'm like, he's still top 10. It's incredible. How can you say he's not when you look at the body of work and you look at what he just did throughout this entire postseason?
Man, you think one of the biggest plays over the last couple of years we've seen was when he dunked on Giannis.
And oh yeah. 2022. That nod he gave him, he said, okay. When he scored it, I'm like, all right, I got you.
Absolutely has to be a highlight. I mean, dunked on him, gave him an elbow, and it started just gyrating. I was like, wow, but I am so happy for him with the ability he did. But it's this Boston Celtics team. They're going to be tough. They're going to be tough to beat. Only way I think that the landscape changes and moves a little bit, that's if, and I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but the free agency is coming up. So we'll see. Does Paul George come to the Sixers?
That's what Embiid wants. It looked like he was campaigning on the live television.
Joel Embiid was just hating all over the place. Portland gave the Celtics a championship. Well, I mean, Milwaukee had Drew Holiday under contract.
Right. Blame Milwaukee, my guy. Right. They didn't have to do that.
They decided to go elsewhere. What you want me to do? What do you want me
to do? How salty can you be, though? Like, really? You're going to bring that up? You're going to go all the way back to last summer? Like, that's where things went wrong for you?
If there's one thing about this championship that puts a damper in my heart, that'd be the fact that Marcus Smart didn't win it.
Man.
Who was arguably the heart and soul of what this team was. And
for years. Yeah.
Not to get that credit, not to be on that big stage. And I understand the trade work. I'm not, look, don't get on me and say, oh, well, it was a trade if it had. Well, yeah. And obviously Drew was a tremendous fit. But I'm just talking at human nature of a guy who busts his ass, played through injuries, played with all the adversity, all the people who hated on him, and then to be kicked away, and then the Celtics to win the championship once he leaves. That has to be tough on him as a player.
It isn't summer in New England without making a trip to Fenway Park, and this year is no different thanks to Game Time. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on Game Time app will actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch, with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seats, and their lowest price guaranteed. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. We cannot miss out on any Sox-Yankees matchups this year, so make sure you get your tickets, man. There's nothing like it, especially in the summertime and especially at Fenway Park. Save up to 60% buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. Save even more with the exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or event. Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference because they have the lowest price guaranteed. And thanks to their Game Time ticket coverage, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CLNS for 20% off your first purchase. That's code CLNS. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the offer code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Josue Pavon here, CLNS Media. And if you made it this far, that means you really like this video. So hit subscribe. Make sure you keep our notifications on, damn it. And we got plenty of great content coming your way.